Welcome to the world's grave. Today we'll be diving into the lore of the most powerful enemy we have faced in all of Destiny up until this point, the first disciple of the Witness, Rhulk. We start our journey on a planet called Lubre and pick up with Rhulk after the destruction of his people as the Witness is making Rhulk relive flashbacks. Isolated. Stop. Why? I don't want to do this. I don't want to relive this. Most would die for the opportunity to retread their greatest moments. Great moments in triumph, not mass extinction. In the end, what mattered? The end? No. We are so very far from the end. You are not yet ready to taste true glory. You may not yet be familiar with the concept of metamorphosis, but we assure you, you are experiencing it right now. You were once free to roam your little box, but lacked wings to fly out of it, and so you grew them. The little larvae that you were, wrapped in a cocoon. Now you need only cut yourself from it, but to do so, you must leave behind that which made you weak, retaining only that which makes you strong. But my world, shattered, recreated here, for you, reformed, all around me. Every painstaking detail, the suns, the abyss, the regime, Lubre, every painful memory, my clan, my family, Loa, clan father, Keisha, grandmother, Kita, sister, Varuna, mother, Relic, father, their heads in my hands. Love for them made you weak. Power over them made you strong. Upon reflection, you are filled with regret, believing yourself to be under the spell of the regime, believing your actions in their tenure to be wrong. But morality, oh dear Rhulk, is subjective. Now that you are all that remains of Lubre, isn't it time you made the rules? Isn't it time you look back upon your life of pride? After all, your actions brought you to us, and only we can help you emerge from your cocoon. We? What even are you? We are your salvation. We are your judgment. And soon we will be your witness. As you can see, the Witness makes Rhulk relive what he has done, turn him into the darkness and brainwash him to serve the Witness. My opinion, seeing Rhulk in this clearly painful mindset really shows how hard it was for him to do what he had to do, just like when Oryx was trying his best to negotiate peace instead of fighting. We really get a better understanding of these characters before our guardians end up meeting them and destroying them. Next, we'll be looking at a more in-depth exactly of what Rhulk did to his people and what truly solidified him as the first disciple of the Witness. Liberated. I know what happened next. I do not need to see it again. I rend mother's flesh. Do you not hear me? I remove father's head from his neck. This is madness. None escape my wrath. Not even the little ones. Not even civilians. The city watches in horror. They know what I am. This must stop. Their faces inform only of relief. Stop. Their faces inform only of relief. I command you. Their faces inform of only relief. Ah! The Sephiric sun implodes. Please. Lubre is crackling. Lubre is shattering. Lubre is upending. What have I done? I can't. Your luster. My glaive. Relive it. No. They've turned me against me. My regime, they've perished by my hand. My clan, they called me a monster. They put me in a cage. They seek my execution. But your luster, I see it. Even though it took you from me, you guide my hand. You free me under these chains. you find me again. You return to me, my glaive, no longer Rhulk's bane, serving only one final purpose: Lubre's ruin. Shattered sky, a planet convulsing, our existence upended. Their folly was their intended salvation, siphoning light from the sulfuric sun itself. I use your luster, turn their technology against them like a backfired pistol. After serving them, protecting them, fighting for them, suffering for them, a shattering sky, a planet convulsing, tearing apart. One Lubrian remains, me, but not for long. What have I done? I stare into the abyss. It has opened, truly opened this time. Show me what lies beneath. Death. I drop your luster. I drop Lubre's ruin. I let myself fall in. And then I am here with you, my witness. What do you feel now? Devoid of your family, devoid of the regime, devoid of Rhulk. What do you feel here in our embrace now that they are gone and you are left? Rhulk opens his eyes, crawls forth through the blackened solution that engulfed him all this time, emerges from the wall of obsidian like miasma to find his luster, to find Lubre's ruin. Taking them, he rises to his feet. What do you feel, my child? Relief. So after the memories the witness made Rhulk remember, you can see he is fully under the witness's control and fully embraces his new role as his disciple. The tactic here seems to be a tool of torture for Rhulk until he is fully broken, or in his case, free to do what he was meant to, which is follow the final shape of the witness. Within the lore of Destiny and what we see during the Vow to Disciple raid, we get a bunch of understanding of what Rhulk has been up to. Rhulk was pivotal in the creation of the Hive we know today, as he was the catalyst that made the Worm Gods obey the witness, shown here in the lore of the Resonant Fury Helm and reads: yearns for nurture. It does so through hunger. I am Zeta, the nurturing worm. Behold Yol and Ir and Zol and and Akka, the virtuous worms. Look upon us and know that we are God. You, however, are not. You are inconsensual, and this is not your... my what? Place? Privilege? Destiny? Disrespect. There are no pleasantries in the deep, only the decaying husk of oversized parasites towering before me. You take me for a fool, believing I am all else, manipulated by your psychic machinations, but I will not be controlled, for I am Wrath. He allowed us no audience. He knew of our hunger, abandoned, imprisoned. Our vulnerabilities stood clear, and he wasted no time in cracking them open with the rib he tore from the cruel Leviathan. You desire life. My witness desires your power. A trade is in the stars. Your servitude for their lies, he said, lifting the rib and pointing it at my children. Their power requires substance. Without it, your witness will have none. The surface of this disgusting rock is lined with their substance. Primitive beasts now stand at the verge of new purpose, giving life to your kind once again. I, kind Rhulk, will ensure your children survive, and you will aid a righteous cause in return. Outmatched, death would one day be our recompense, but our part was still left to play. Go on then, he snarked, holding the rib out. Substance has arrived. I grasped it, and he swam upwards, dragging me in tow, rising up from our deep, taking me from my children, up and up, away from one prison and towards another. After this happened, Rhulk would use Zeta as the main part in the weapon called the Upended. His experiments you see on his ship also play a big part in the game, as it created the Caretaker, and in my opinion, his experiments led to the creation of the new faction we will see in the final shape, the Dread. In the newest lore, we received some monumental news regarding Nezarec's origins, stated here from the TWAB from Bungie. Created from Rhulk's blueprint, Nezarec was the first tormentor from which all others owe their lineage. This is meaning Rhulk was probably with the help of the Caretaker and some other entity we don't know, created Nezarec from his experiments, and was not from a race we've seen in Destiny so far. This is crazy news, and I hope that this explains more in Destiny as we continue through the story past the Light and Dark saga. This was the lore of Rhulk, the first disciple of the Witness. What do you think of Rhulk in his story? Do you think we will learn more from the Dread faction about Rhulk and his people, or his dark experiments of his pyramid ship? Let me know in the comment section. This is the World's Grave. Make sure to subscribe and share for more Destiny lore, and I will see you next time. I also want to give a special shout out to Flooded, who gave